Korea, there's a mountain called Chiaksan, which literally means Magpies Cry Mountain. Do you want to hear why they called it so? A long, long time ago, a kind scholar was on his way to take a very important test to become a high government official. He carried his bow and a quiver of arrows, as archery was an important skill for scholars in old Korea. One hot summer day, he felt thirsty, so he sat down under a big tree beside a small stream to rest. Suddenly, he heard a loud, frantic chirp, chirp, chirp. He looked up where the sound came from and saw a giant snake slithering up the tree, heading straight for a magpie's nest. Inside the nest, tiny baby magpies were crying and trembling. The mama magpie tried to protect them, but she wasn't strong enough to drive the snake off. The scholar couldn't just watch the snake harm the baby birds. Quick as a wink, he pulled an arrow from his quiver, aimed carefully, and shot. The arrow didn't kill the giant snake, but it grazed its tail, hurting it badly. The snake was so surprised and in pain that it fell to the ground and quickly disappeared into the thick forest. The mama magpie flew around the scholar a few times as if to say, "Thank you." Then she flew back to her nest to comfort her babies. The scholar smiled, happy he had helped, and continued on his long way to the test. As the sun began to set, it became too difficult for him to figure out the way, and he was very tired from a long day's walk. He was deep, deep in the mountains, and it was getting dark. When he was carefully looking in every direction to find a safe place to sit down and even get some quick sleep, he saw a faint light twinkling in the distance, a small cottage. Feeling hopeful, he walked towards it. He knocked on the door, and a beautiful lady opened it. "Excuse me, lady. I'm on my way to Seoul to take a test, but it's too late, and I was wondering if I could have a small space to sleep over, just tonight," the scholar politely requested. "Oh my! A traveler lost in the mountains so late. Please come in. You can stay the night," the lady said softly. "Thank you, kind lady. I'm most grateful," the scholar replied, bowing deeply. The scholar was very grateful and accepted her kind offer. The house wasn't big, but it was clean and cozy. The lady guided him to the guest room and brought him a nice dinner. The lady told the scholar, "We don't have much, but please help yourself." The scholar was so grateful, and he enjoyed a good dinner the lady prepared. Since he was so tired, he soon fell fast asleep. But while he was sleeping, he started to feel something strange, like he was being squeezed. He briefly thought he was having a nightmare, but the feelings were much stronger, and he had no choice but to wake up and open his eyes.